Hi, I'm Tom, and I'm here to give you a quick introduction to RationalGrid, a tool to turn complex questions into clear, connected thinking. So the first thing you need to do is have an idea, something you want to understand about the world. This could be from the world of literature, philosophy, ethics, or just something you've been considering for a long while. And what we want to do is to build a structured way of asking questions that you can come back to again and again and build up a knowledge of that topic. So I'm going to look down, and one of the advantages of community of Rational Grid is that all the ideas get contributed to the community. So you can look at other people's questions and build up from what they've been thinking about. So here's one from the community, which is What Can Brave New World, the book by Aldous Huxley, teach us? So when we go in, what you see is a document that contains a series of questions and answers about the topic. And so what I can do is I can look at the highlights. And so within the answers, someone has highlighted this particular quote. So as I'm reading, I can pull out some of the key parts of the thing. This helps me memorize and come back to this information when I need it. So this seems to be a linear document, but if we go to this edit button, we can actually see that it is designed as a grid. And so what I can do is to branch off from any point and ask particular questions. So for example, the system even suggests follow-up questions for a particular topic. So I can just click here and I can see the answer to this question. And so we've asked about how the conflict between security and safety. Now, I see a term called positive liberty. So I actually want to know a bit more about that. So I can select the text there and I can ask it to explain it. So I can find out more about this topic without polluting maybe the main thrust of the ideas that I want to understand. We also have a series of critical thinking tools. And so what you can do is start to test some of these ideas and go, what are the other perspectives? What are the other ways of looking at this problem to try and get a bigger, fuller understanding of the topic at hand? And this is a saved structure, so I can come back to this over time, build upon it as I think about it or I learn new things. And so this document, this structure is stable over time. And I can also share it with other people. And so I can share this link to another person that perhaps might offer an interesting perspective on this. And we can both work on the topic at the same time. So it's a fully multiplayer language model interface that allows you to build larger, more complex structures without polluting the main thrust of the ideas that you're working on. We also have a presentation mode where you can quickly highlight some presentations and maybe present that to an audience as the start of a discussion or a debate. Everything you do is also tracked. So you have a profile, which is public, and you can share your public thinking, your public grids with other people. And it also tracks all of your bookmarked ideas. So you can come back to a particular idea. All your quotes and notes are also here, so you can come back and you can come back to this one I did about the Higgs field compared with ether, and I can come back to the exact place. So we have two elements of learning. It's the finding out new information, but also coming back to it and being able to return to it. So almost like you're reading a book and taking notes at the same time. So that is the basics of Rational Grid. I look forward to seeing the things that people are making and joining the large community that's already working on Rational Grid. I've been Tom. Have a very good day.